Good afternoon to you, our loyal listeners. I actually need to start by apologizing. I forgot to introduce myself last week. I am Audric Cashmere. I'm the former town crier of Moonhaven Falls, and I fear today that I am bringing you concerning news as a wave of fear has washed over our local community, following a series of unexplained disappearances of local children. Evidence uncovered by concerned citizens and corroborated by regional adventuring guilds strongly suggests the potential involvement of a powerful undead entity residing within the depths of the Whispering Caves. Over the past few days, a growing number of children have vanished from their homes in the surrounding area without a trace. Initial investigations by the Moonhaven Falls Guard has yielded no concrete leads, and with no signs of struggle or forced entry at the affected residences. However, recent expeditions into the fringes of the Whispering Caves have uncovered disturbing clues. Adventuring parties, responding to pleas from the distraught families, have reported encountering areas radiating necrotic energy. Strange, arcane symbols have been etched into ancient trees, and skeletal remains bearing markings consistent with powerful undead manipulation. Most alarmingly, several groups have also discovered small, personal items of missing children within these unsettling locations, further solidifying the terrifying suspicion they have that they have been taken into the heart of the Whispering Caves. While no direct confrontation with the suspected creature has yet occurred, the gathered evidence paints a grim picture. The possibility that these missing children are being held captive for nefarious purposes has sent a chilling wave throughout all of Moonhaven Falls and the neighboring settlements. Elder Maeve, a respectable resident here in Moonhaven Falls, states,
"The thought of our children in the clutches of such a vile creature is simply unbearable. We implore any brave souls with the skills and courage to confront this evil to come forward. Time is of the essence."
Local authorities, while limited in their direct ability to engage such a powerful magical threat, are working tirelessly to support the adventuring community and secure the perimeter of the Whispering Caves. They are urging residents to remain vigilant, keep their children close, and report any unusual activity immediately. A recap of the key information. The location we are discussing is the Whispering Caves, which is approximately 5 miles north of Moonhaven Falls. The suspected perpetrator is a powerful creature believed to be residing within the Whispering Caves. Our current situation is that multiple children have in fact gone missing, with evidence suggesting they may have been taken. Rescue efforts are currently being organized. And finally, we are having a call to action. Any experienced adventurer capable of facing powerful undead and navigating dangerous terrain is desperately urged and requested to assist in the rescue efforts. Those willing to help are being asked to report to the Moonhaven Falls Town Hall or to contact the local adventuring guild. Citizens of Moonhaven Falls and surrounding areas are advised to exercise extreme caution and avoid venturing near the Whispering Caves. Ensure the safety and supervision of their children at all times, or report any sightings of unusual creatures or suspected arcane activity to the Moonhaven Falls Guard. The safety and return of the missing children are the top priority. Authorities and the adventuring community are committed to facing this dark threat and bringing our children home. Further updates will be provided as the situation unfolds. Up next, we have a bit of an unexpected guest joining us here at the station tonight. Apparently, someone out there thinks we need a new pair of hands, and Timmy has heard about his letter of recommendation and has come on into the office. So come on in, Timmy.
My neighbor, Miss Higgins, she listens to it all the time. And she said someone on the show mentioned my name for a intern spot. I was I was in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd stop by.
Well, that's certainly proactive, Timmy. Please, take a seat. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What makes you think you would be a good fit for the internship here at the Crystal Network? What are your qualifications? Can you make a mean cup of coffee? Are you good at refocusing resonance crystals? I mean, these are vital skills, my young friend. Vital skills.
Well, I'm pretty organized. I help Miss Higgins with her grocery list, and I keep her garden tidy, and I'm a really fast learner. I'm also good with crystal harmonics. Oh, also I helped my brother with the sturgeon repellent necklaces. I also heard your first broadcast. I think you guys are onto something here.
Well, it's a good start, Timmy. Familiarity with our content is a definite plus. What kinds of things do you enjoy about the Moonhaven Falls Crystal Network?
Oh, I like it all. I really like the news updates, and the Crossroad Chronicles is great. I love hearing about Gorak Dream.
Well, that's certainly a unique endorsement. So, Timmy, you heard someone recommended you. Do you know who it may have been? Some kind of mysterious benefactor, obviously, but was it a shadowy figure whispering your name on the wind, or just Brenda from accounting after her third cup of coffee?
I'm not sure. Mrs. Higgins said someone thought I had a potential. They mentioned I was a bright young spark or something like that. Mrs. Higgins said someone thought I had a potential.
A bright young spark. Interesting. Well, Timmy, we appreciate you stopping by. I mean, we weren't exactly advertising for interns at the time, but your enthusiasm certainly noted. You got the guts to show up here, and that's intern material right there. Well, we'll think about it, and in the meantime, maybe stick around, help us out with some of these listener letters and character building exercise.
Really? That would be great. I'd love to help.
All right then. Timmy, welcome aboard. For now. Well, let's see what you got. And to our listeners, I guess you never know who might walk through the door here at Moonhaven Falls Crystal Network. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after the break with Crossroads Chronicles.
Okay, where do I start?
Well, we're going to just take you down the hall here and see if we can't... Hello to you, my lords and ladies. Greetings and thank you to our knights and adventurers. Greetings to the thieves, the merchants, our fellow entertainers, and the citizens from all walks of life here in the Hidden Realms. And welcome back to Crossroads Chronicles, the show that delves into the vibrant and often unexpected lives of folk who call the Hidden Realms home. Today we have a truly unique guest in the studio. She has slithered her way up the charts with her mesmerizing melodies and thought-provoking lyrics, proving that inspiration can strike in the most unusual of places. Please welcome the singing sensation, Naga Serafina Scalesong!
Greetings to you, my dear listeners. It is a pleasure to be here on Crossroads Chronicles.
Serafina, your music has taken the realm by storm. From the bustling taverns and the broken coast to the quiet groves of the Emerald Enclave, everyone is humming your tunes. Your latest single, Shedding Yesterday's Expectations, has taken the nation by storm. Everyone seems to be humming your tunes. What inspired this incredible musical journey?
Well, the path to artistic expression is often winding, is it not? For many moons, I followed the traditions of my lineage, the ancient wisdom, and, well, let's just say a certain expectation of guarding things.
Guarding things? You mean like treasure, ancient ruins, that type of thing?
Yes, but my heart, it yearned for a different kind of resonance. I found the silence of the forgotten chambers stifling.
And that's where Crossroad Chronicles comes in, isn't it? I understand a particular episode played a significant role in your artistic awakening.
Indeed. I was observing the local broadcasts, a rather fascinating invention, and I happened upon an episode featuring a minotaur.
Ah, yes! Gorak Battlehorn, the Minotaur who traded his great axe for a baker's apron. Truly a heartwarming story about following one's passion.
Heartwarming, yes. But for me it was revolutionary. Here was a creature of immense strength, and a history steeped in conflict, choosing instead the delicate art of kneading dough, and the sweet aroma of rising bread. It struck a chord within the very coils of my heart.
How so? As a Naga, your history and societal expectations are quite different from a Minotaur.
True. Yet the underlying sentiment resonated deeply. The courage to defy expectations, to embrace a path that brings joy and fulfillment, regardless of one's heritage. It was profoundly inspiring. Gorak's story showed me that one does not have to be defined by their past, nor the assumptions of others.
So Gorak's pursuit of pastry led directly to Seraphina's sonic serenades? That seems like quite a leap.
Perhaps. But Gorak's bravery in embracing flour and frosting gave me the courage to embrace melody and metaphor. His story was the catalyst that allowed me to shed my own metaphorical skin and reveal the music that had been coiled deep within my soul.
And what a beautiful sound it is. Your lyrics often explore themes of transformation, self-discovery, even finding one's own voice, themes that clearly stem from your inspiration. Could you tell us a bit about your songwriting process? Does your serpentine form influence your creativity?
My form? I suppose it lends a certain rhythm to my thoughts, a flowing quality, if you will, and the world does seemingly appear very different from my vantage point. I see the subtle movements in the grass, the way the light dances across the water and the forest floor. These observations often weave their way into my lyrics, and the hissing, well, it can be fairly hypnotic and even percussive when used correctly.
Indeed it can. Now, Setting Yesterday's Expectations talks about leaving behind old burdens and embracing change. Is there a particular message that you hope your listeners will take away from your music?
That the possibilities are as boundless as the plains themselves are. That even if the world sees you one way, your true self may lie waiting to be discovered. And that sometimes the most unexpected sources can spark the most beautiful of transformations. Just as a fearsome minotaur can find joy in baking, a humble naga can find her voice in song.
Beautifully said, Seraphina. And you've truly shown us that inspiration can be found in the most surprising corners of the realms. Seraphina Scalesong, thank you so very much for sharing your incredible story with us here on Crossroad Chronicles, and we wish you continued success on the charts.
Pleasure was all mine. May your own paths be filled with inspiring encounters.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the captivating Seraphina Scalesong, proving that inspiration can strike in the least expected of places. Next, a surprise update on the Lich situation. Do you yearn for adventure? Does the thrill of discovery course through your veins? Are you brave, skilled, and ready to make your mark here in the Lost Realms? Then answer the call of the Adventurers Guild here in Moonhaven Falls. We are a collective of bold individuals, warriors, mages, rogues, and bards, united by a thirst for exploration, a commitment to justice, and the courage to face the dangers that lurk beyond our borders. As a member of the Adventurers Guild, you'll have access to lucrative contracts, invaluable resources, and the camaraderie of like-minded heroes. Whether you dream of delving into ancient ruins for forgotten treasure, protecting the innocent from monstrous threats, or charting unexplored territories, the Adventurers Guild provides opportunities and support that you need to achieve your goals. Sharpen your skills, forge unbreakable bonds, and become a legend in your own time. Visit the Moonhaven Guild Hall, located just off the marketplace, to learn more about membership. Speak with our Guildmaster, Alaro Meadowlight, and begin your journey today. The Lost Realms await those brave enough to seize their destinies. Hello and welcome to the Adventurer's Call, where we scour the notice boards here in the Lost Realms so you don't have to. I'm your host, Audric Cashmere, and today we've pulled up a chair outside the infamous Rusty Nail Tavern in Puddleton, a board known for its unique blend of high and low-stake ridiculousness. Let's see what fate has pinned up for us today. Oh, here we go. A couple of simple and sincere starter quests. The bread and butter of every new adventuring party. Here's one that's great for a level 1 party, just looking for a couple gold pieces and a good night's rest. The Missing Moo. Reward 25 silver pieces and a wheel of rather pungent and delicious cheese. The call is to find a missing prize-winning cow named Betsy. She wanders, she is slow, and she answers to the sound of a lute playing the Bard's Lament. She was last seen heading toward the Whispering Wood. Do not let the goblins have her, it says, as they keep trying to milk her and do it wrong. Now, my personal take on this one is that this is a classic. It's a simple survival check to track her, probably just convincing her, so probably performance to lure her home with the lute tune. Really should be easy gold. Do watch out for the goblin dairy enthusiasts, however. They tend to get a little bit upset when you take their potential supper away from them. Another quick and easy one. This one's labeled Rats in the Basement. They are offering 5 gold pieces per tale, which is actually quite generous for a rat problem. It would appear that the Drunken Dragon Inn has a rat problem in the cellar. Here's why. They're not just any rats. These are giant rats. Looks like they ate the owner's favorite corkscrew. He wants them cleaned out before sundown. Ooh, restrictions. No fire spells allowed. Apparently they still have 3 barrels of orcish rotgut down there and don't want them exploding. Well, understandable. My take on this one, it would be a fine fight for a fledgling fighter or a rogue. Good way to test your blade against some tiny aggressive teeth. Just a fun little dungeon crawl. Gonna probably end with a lot of squish and maybe a new rat-chewed corkscrew. I would not wear my good boots for this one, though. Looking for something a little bit harder here. This one looks like it's going to be interesting. This one's going to require a little bit more finesse, probably a bit of luck, and maybe some questionable on-the-spot decisions. There's a note here saying that a local bard is offering a masterwork lute signed by a celebrity bard, as well as a lifetime supply of warm beer. However, they are calling for you to retrieve a prized purple velvet cloak from Baron von Hogg's private collection. The owner claims that he took it for a masquerade ball and is refusing to give it back. And there is a condition. You have to steal it while wearing a full-body chicken costume. Apparently, the good Baron suspects anyone in a chicken costume will be a spy. My personal take on this one, it's going to require a fairly decent stealth ability. I mean, if you're wearing a chicken suit and you fail, it's immediately going to be fast-talking to try and convince the Baron that you are, in fact, just a very enthusiastic poultry performer at the masquerade ball. High risk, high chance of comedic hijinks. Probably don't need a full party for this one. You might be better off with just 1 or 2 people if you want to have one person make a distraction, possibly, while the other person sneaks in wearing the chicken suit to take back the velvet cloak. Looking a little further down here. Oh, now this one's interesting. 100 gold and a single enchanted feather that grants proficiency in a random language. The poster notes that their neighbor, Old Man Grungle, sings off-key all the time, like every day. Writer says it's driving him absolutely mad. You have to convince Old Man Grungle to switch from singing to humming for an entire week. The writer also notes that he seems to be entirely immune to persuasion and bribery, and claims that he hates everyone. Wow, personal take on this one. This would be a nightmare for a smooth-talking hero, especially if he's actually immune to persuasion and bribery. You're talking figuring out what it is that he enjoys, what it is he likes doing, and then offering him something in exchange that he would be willing to trade for. Straight-up bribery being potentially off the table. You might convince him if he has like a favorite candy or maybe a weak spot for small animals or something, if you got him a new animal companion. Man, I'm not quite sure how you do that one without it falling to blows, and that sounds like it would probably not get you paid. Moving down a little bit further here. Oh, wow. Whew, boy, this is a doozy. The Sunken Vault of the Moon Eater. As a reward, you would get the legendary Crown of the First Tide, which is a heck of a reward, as well as 5,000 gold pieces payable upon proof of success. The poster writes that a rogue merfolk archdruid known as the Moon Eater has begun summoning water elementals off the Divine Coast up near the Isle of Dread. Apparently, the elementals have started eroding the shorelines and are eating local fishing nets. Well, difficult task, especially since the vault can only be accessed during a new moon at the lowest tide. That means you've got about 4 hours to breach the complex, disable the druid's siphon. I'm guessing he's got a moonstone siphon for summoning, and then escape back out before the tide locks the door for another day. Wow. Personal take on this one. This is going to require a full party. You're talking multiple skills, perfect timing. I mean, bare minimum, you're going to need to know how to find the correct time for the tides. You're probably going to need a fairly strong swimmer and a good length of rope to fight the undertow. Yeah, that's almost guaranteed to end up as a brutal combat encounter, too. Especially with a powerful druid. They tend to not take please or stop very well. Yeah, you're talking a race against a clock, a race against the tide, and then a fight against a furious magic user. I would do this with no less than a party of 5. Make sure you've got at least one strong caster or a good way to negate spell casting. Definitely going to need a couple of frontline fighters. Decent rogue probably as well for getting in and out of the complex, just in case your timing is a hair off. Well, there you have it, brave listeners. From a noisy cow to a deep-sea raid, the rusty nailboard is never dull. I am curious, which notice would you tear down and shove in your backpack? Well, until next time, I hope your skills carry you through, your backpacks always have room for one more quest scroll, and that you make it through to listen to one more episode. I'm Audric Cashmere, signing off. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this Moonhaven Falls update. As a quick recap for those of you who are just tuning in, panic and fear have gripped the quiet village of Moonhaven Falls following the horrifying discovery of a powerful undead creature, self-identified as a lich, and it has taken up residence within the nearby Whispering Caves and is systemically abducting local children. Reports have begun to trickle in over the past 10 days of youngsters vanishing without a trace, initially dismissed as wanderings or other unfortunate accidents. However, the chilling truth was unearthed by a brave party of adventurers who have ventured into the Whispering Caves themselves in search of the missing children. They have encountered evidence of dark magic, skeletal guardians, and ultimately the lair of a malevolent lich holding several children captive. While the adventurers managed to escape with vital information and even a handful of the rescued children, the full extent of the Lich's depraved plans remains unknown. Local authorities, including the Moonhaven Fall Guard and representatives of the Regional Lords Alliance, are working in tandem with established adventuring guilds and independent heroes to organize a rescue effort. Alara Vancroft, the current captain of the Moonhaven Falls Guard, has told us this.
This is an unprecedented and deeply disturbing event. The thought of innocent children being held captive by such a vile creature chills me to the very bone. We are pooling all of our resources and imploring any capable individuals, brave warriors, skilled mages, devout clerics, anyone and everyone with any experience, to lend their aid at this critical time.
The Lich, who is calling himself Gary, is believed to possess considerable magical power and commands undead minions. Liches are known for their malevolent intelligence, mastery of dark magic, and they often engage in horrific rituals requiring living subjects. Though it is worth noting that one of the witnesses described this Gary as a ghoul instead of a lich, but the witness has little credibility in the guilds. The Whispering Caves themselves are known to be riddled with traps and ancient secrets, posing a significant danger to any who would dare enter. The safety and well-being of the missing children are of paramount importance. Authorities are committed to bringing them home and ensuring the malevolent presence within the Whispering Caves is eradicated. Updates will be provided as the situation develops. We're taking you live to special correspondent Barnaby Buttercup with people's reactions on the street.
Good afternoon. This is Smithfield's own Barnaby Buttercup, your friendly neighborhood halfling, with reactions from people on the street. Excuse me, sir. Could I possibly get your reaction on the situation with Gary?
Oh, Gary? Oh, yeah. Me ma told me about him years ago. Nah, he's mostly harmless. You don't mess with him, he don't mess with you.
And you, ma'am. What's your opinion on the situation with Gary? I have lived in fear my entire life. He is a menace, is what he is. It is high time that someone do something about him. Okay, well, thank you. I've been saying for years. No one listens to me, though. May I ask what? This is what you get for not dealing with him before he was properly entrenched. He's ruining the whole nation, you know, godless, feckless, skinless. Ma'am, I have half a mind to go down there and deal with him myself. Yes, ma'am, and I appreciate that so much, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to cut you off right there. Thank you, though. Thank you so much for that deep insight. Oh, boy, walk faster. I think she's following us. Excuse me, ma'am. Could I possibly get your insight on Gary the Lich?
Gary? Oh, he's a sweetheart, honey. I mean, sure, he looks a little creepy, but his heart is in the right place. He's always been there to decurse the gear that adventurers bring into the store, you know.
So you're saying you're not concerned about him taking the children?
Taking children? Gary? Are you sure you know what's going on here, honey? 'Cause that don't sound like him at all.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I honestly did not expect that response at all. Maybe one more person. Excuse me. You there, sir. Could I possibly get your opinion on the situation with Gary?
Gary, huh? I don't trust him. Never have. Who knows what he gets up to in them thar hills? I mean, he's always kept to himself, but if that's a changin', then maybe it's time for him to go, if you know what I'm saying.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the opinion on the streets. Back to you, Audric.
Well, there you have it, folks. The general populace's current opinions on Gary, and by golly, they are mixed. We'll be right back after a short break with more tales from across the realms, so don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Hidden Realms Crystal Network. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes our episode for this week. If you were entertained, amused, intrigued, or engaged by this, there's a couple of ways that you can help to ensure the show's continued production. Please take a moment to like the video, share it with a friend, and leave a comment with your thoughts below. If you're listening in a podcast platform, a quick rating is actually invaluable to us, and we very much appreciate you taking a moment to let other people know that we're worth listening to. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel or follow the podcast. It's a free, simple action that is absolutely essential to the continuation of our production. And for those of you who wish to directly invest in the future of our work, please explore our community on Patreon. We offer several membership tiers with exclusive benefits, and of course, your financial support is what makes it possible for us to deliver this kind of content week after week. We genuinely appreciate all of you showing your support, and we would like to thank you for continuing to do so. And I look forward to seeing you next episode.